I'm bowing to you, Great Spirit. I thank you for your patience and understanding that as I grow, that I am reconciling and bringing forth who I am and where I'm headed. I acknowledge those who've come before me and myself of past that have been in other realms to source the wisdom, the truth, and weed out the untruths that are before me now. Today I acknowledge that my blinkers are being removed, that I will take the time to listen, and the knowing that I have will assist with the decisions that have passed. I have pushed aside and not realised that those moments of uncertainty were in fact spirit, encouraging me to take ownership of who I was, who I am, and who I will be. I place all uncertainties before me. I now source the truth and place those who took away what was right to the spiritual court of justice. For they no longer have the right to use my or any other person's spiritual, emotional, or physical element, past, present, or future Akashic records. I revoke your rights and call upon the spiritual court of equity that at any stage this request is being disregarded, that you will be placed in that court and you will be brought to justice and serve those decisions wholly and solely in your own timeline. I am in this ever-present moment of now, the most beautiful and pure being, that I stand for who I am, what I believe in, and step up to the challenge of being in my own person, and will grow and manifest what is right without regret or fear. Hey guys, it's Mary Kathleen Waters. How you doing? Okay, I just need to copy a link into this schedule and for permission for me to see any type of comment. I just got notified. I've not seen that before, so I do apologise. Yeah, not sure what's happening there. Woohoo! Oh, here we go. I can see that Mare's here, and Keza is here, and I've got a Facebook user here saying that that was beautiful. Thank you very much. Not sure if you could just write your name, Facebook user, that would be awesome. Why is that not working? I've got 2 Facebook users now. Okay, oh, that is because if you could just click on that link that I just put in, I think that'll make life a lot easier for all of us. So good to see you all tonight. It's been a really interesting day, and I just felt that it was appropriate to revisit the manifestation prayer. Lots of things and lots of barriers have been placed in front of me to stop me from coming on tonight. And obviously there's positives and there are challenges in the spirit world. And sometimes when something gets a little bit rattled or the change of time is occurring and they're not liking the changes, things can actually, they can try and stop. I've had everything from when I went to do a quick little live earlier, my whole internet just totally shut down. This morning I actually slipped over and seriously hurt myself. Then I had a few other hiccups with Be Live. Then as I'm walking into the room, I smashed my knee into a coffee table because I'm fixing up after having the renovations. Hopefully like where my room is progressing at the moment. But yeah, it's been a very interesting, energetic time. I know that it has been quite tough for us all, thinking that 2021 was going to be an easy ride after last year. And it has been an absolute emotional turmoil for all of us. And one of the things that happens is as well is that, on an energetic level or a spiritual level, things can actually change quite dramatically in that type of respect. Okay, now let me have a look here. I've already said hello to Keza, such a beautiful girl. Now I think you're here, Sue. I can see that the robot said your name, Sue. So thanks for coming in. You might just need to link. Oh, look, woohoo! I can see Sue now. Beautiful. All right. And oh, Bear's here as well. Hello, how you doing, darling? I'll just pop up and so everyone can see now. I can actually see so many people. All right. So Kez has popped in to say hello, and Bear's here. Thank you so much. If you can hear, does everyone mind? Just my little doggy wants to come in and say hello. You have to stay in. You can't come back out again. Right. You come to say hello to everybody. You're going to say hello? There they are. Look. The wrong way. Look this way. There you go. You're going to say hello? They've all gone, hey? Well, you want to come on my lap? No? Off you go. You got just go and sit down and enjoy the energy. She loves being in this room, so I do apologise on that one. Okay, you will get used to me after a while. There she is. That's Miss Bindi. Okay, now, where are we? Cherie, how are you? I'm not sure if I remember seeing your lovely face before, so thank you so much for popping in. And we've got Nat as a first time as well. So how are you doing today? Oh, Keza, thank you so much. I can actually feel that. My heart is palpitating. You're such a beautiful person. And Peter's popped back in. She actually was one of the legends that popped on when I did my impromptu live, just to let everybody know that I'm coming in at 7:30. And Sue's saying that it was 100% agree to that one. Oh. Thanks, Dan. Thank you. I'm feeling a little bit rattled, but and it's actually a perfect conversation to actually have a discussion around tonight about the you know, what's been happening in my world and the challenges that I've actually been that have been happening, and you know, let's have a chat about what's going on with you guys as well, because it's really important to make sure that we can actually debrief. And you know, as you all know, like, you know, the important part of my life is as a healer, and, you know, really working with the community and supporting Earth Mother and yourselves, and, you know, making sure that we can actually keep ourselves on a high vibrational level so that we can be as well and comfortable and living life to the best that we can possibly be. Latika's here. She popped in earlier too. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And we've got Adair. So Adair's actually a little bit hidey-hole tonight. So she had some wonderful quality time with her grandchildren today. So she's just snuck in to say hello. So I'm back to doing the click-clacks and looking at the size. So she's having a night off with ice cream, probably with her feet up on the chair. Okay. That's appropriate one there, Adair. You made it. That's the robot popping in. And the lovely Roz is here. How'd you go? Like, g'day to you too. It's interesting that you say that, Roz, because my dad's with me tonight, very strong, and I can't find something to actually put part of his ashes into a special necklace. I've been looking for a long time, and I was walking past while I was setting up my room, and he told me that I had to pick him up, and then all of a sudden the old country comes out, and the g'day, which was very dad. That's all, you know, one of his terminology. So how's that for a confirmation? Oh, Cherie's dog is snuggled up with her. She says hi to your dog. Did you hear that, Bindi? Hey, you're popular already. Yeah, she is cute. And good evening, Marianne. Thank you so much for taking the time out, because I know how busy you are as well. And Cherie is new as well. And oh, look at that, from down south we've got Karen. She's popped in. And Julie's here. Well done. Oh, that's excellent. And we've got Adair's laughing at me. She knows what I'm like. I can actually be a little bit of a control freak. So when she produces for me, it took me a while to get used to actually allowing my ego, I suppose, to actually buffer down so that Adair can take control and, you know, allow things to be, you know, as run as smoothly as she gets it. And then there's me. Okay, so Adair, you must be switching between two programs, because this one's actually come up as a Facebook user. So not sure if everybody's aware that I need permission to be able to see who I'm speaking to. So you can put the notes in, but if you don't click to say that I'm permitted to actually see you, you will go in blind. Okay, so it just says that. I'm always in the driver's seat. You're hilarious. Okay, so someone said a debrief is good. Now, oh, okay, so you're on my page and it's doing that. That's really interesting, isn't it? I wonder why. It was like one of the things as well is that, like, some of the permissions that were happening when I was trying to set the live up tonight, we're doing all sorts of things. So it was a little bit of a funny, but that's neither here nor there. I've got you all here now and I'm really honoured, and let's get going. So debriefing. One of those things that we all tend to seem to want to be able to do. Sometimes we'll get someone that has a slight understanding about what's going on in their life, and then other times, you know, you get the person that will just nod and not hear what's being said or listen to what's being said. And so, yeah, it's just been an interesting time. I'm sorry that I just stopped mid-sentence. I've got hey Carl, I think one of my cousins might be on. You have to say who you are, darling, because I'm really not quite sure. It's just coming up as Facebook user. I need to actually have your permission to be able to see. All right, now, one of the things with debriefing, is making sure that we are all have the capability to be able to feel comfortable with someone and being, able to work alongside each other. So I've lost my train of thought, and yeah. Oh, it was Mayor to Adair. Okay, all good. What Spirit is trying to say is that one of the things is that when we start bottling things up and we start going inside ourselves, things actually happen. And one of the most important things that we need to realize is that our vibration can drop. And when our vibration drops, other things actually, like, we start dropping the ball in other areas as well. Now, not everybody is at the higher level or, at certain levels, and there is no right or there's no wrong, but it's really important to make sure that you keep yourself well. And one of the things obviously is with the healings, but also trying to keep your vibration up. And so having a debrief and wondering what is, what is it that's actually happening with us. Okay, now Oh, is everybody able to see me? And Ros is just saying that the internet's fading in and out. I did notice that a few people may have dropped off, so I'm not sure what's going on. It's a funny time. You know what? Because with debriefing, it makes a big difference because there's going to be questions. I'd like you guys to ask as many questions as you would like. Also, if you want to pop in, I've just put in the guest link. If you want to, download the BeLive app on your phone, and you can actually log in as a guest. You don't have to put anything. I think it's just your name. And then you can come in and, have a chat with me, and we can actually have a talk about it. And while we're getting this all sorted, and it seems that some people are having the internet freeze, other people are mighty fine. So what about so that I'm not sounding really disjointed because it is coming in and out, would somebody like a quick reading, and then we'll get sorted as we're going through? First in, best dressed. Peter, you're the first one in, darling. Okay. Okay. Peter, I just had a massive cold shiver run all the way down my spine. And there is a sense of anxiety that's around you at the moment. There is something that's not quite right, and you've got a gut feel about it, and I can confirm you're absolutely right. The person that you're feeling unsure about, and you're thinking, everybody else is actually saying that they're okay, is really not that, they're not that okay. All right, so you are doing exceptionally well. I'm just going to bring Dan in. Can you see me, darling?
Yeah.
No one else can see you. You're in the dark. It doesn't matter if you're in the dark. People can just hear. I'm actually having a quick chat. I'm just doing a quick few readings for people at the moment. So while you get yourself sorted, and people are happy to just hear your voice anyway. So I've got Peter Baker, who's just asked for a reading. And Peter, what Spirit's actually telling me is that things are really not quite right at the moment for her. Oh, here you are. Hello.
All right.
And so there's a little bit of nitpicking and backstabbing that's happening, and what's going on is, and she's feeling a little bit left out because this person is a little bit of a narcissist at the same time. So go with your gut feeling, Peter. People will actually start recognizing that, you are the beautiful person that you are. And that there is going to be a shift and change in energy for you. Okay. One of the things as well is I would be looking at, there's a couple of dark spots in your aura. So it is a good idea to do some cleansing. I'm not sure how often you actually do your grounding exercises and do a bit of a scan on yourself, or actually take time out to be with a healer and actually have some healing time, because with our auras, that's actually the first step of actually who we are as a mortal being as well. So we're actually all connected as one. So it is really important to make sure that you keep yourself healthy, spiritually as well as on a physical level. Okay. How you doing, Dan?
Very good.
You're looking mighty fine. Thanks for popping in. Okay, we've just got just a couple of people have asked. Oh, Michelle Pratt tried to download and she can't. Sorry, Michelle. We'll work it out during the week, and maybe next week you can pop in and say hello. Okay. So Karen Mitchell, Karen, Dan, I think you might have remembered Karen from when I first started doing my Sunday lives, and she was one of my first people that actually came in and supported me. And it's been a little bit difficult because of her work situation to be able to come in and connect. And so tonight she's actually been able to, and she was able to last week as well. So that was pretty exciting that this time frame actually works out for her. So I'm glad on that. Whew. Karen, there's so much going on in your life at the moment. It's almost like that, you know, like the road runner, and the legs are spinning really quickly. Like you're trying to get a grip, but the grip, it's, you know, even my speech, like, you know, everything, your mind is going 10 million miles an hour. You're trying to pack absolutely everything into your environment and making sure that everybody's super happy and super dandy. And, you know, there is a time for Karen. It is really important to make sure that you do what you need to do as well. I don't know if the word's right, but a night watchman. There is someone that is actually watching you at night, and they are making sure that you're at peace and making sure that you actually feel comfortable in this mortal world. So I'm getting a clock, I'm getting someone that's actually standing at the end of your bed, and they're actually overseeing and making sure that you're safe. So it's really important as well, just to make sure that you keep yourself focused and grounded, and keep your meditations up as well, so that you can actually get out of your headspace and actually keep making sure that you can be the most healthiest person that you can possibly be. All right, I think it's really important. Okay. Now, what we'll do, Dan, is we'll go in and out of doing readings. Okay. So tonight I did the manifestation prayer just before I actually came on live, and it just seemed to be something that was really relevant for myself and the way that things have been happening. Like, as I said, I had every obstacle given to me today not to come in tonight, even to the extent that the internet went down. And sometimes having those forces, and it is so easy just to say, effort. I can't do this anymore, and the challenges that that do happen, and sometimes we withdraw inside ourselves. Sometimes we like our vibration changes on a dramatic level in certain circumstances as well. And for me, having some massive energy shifts, I've had a change of career path, and for me to keep myself safe and my environment safe, holding the energies to a level to make sure that everything's congruent. And at the same time, I've actually got something like 200 yards away from me, in the vicinity of where I'm working, I've actually got 2 portals as well. And one portal is not of the better grade of good, and the other portal obviously is. And so also having all of that energy shift and changing, and being very mindful. Like for myself, I am absolutely exhausted and totally knackered all the time, like just trying to hold that vibration. so that's just, you know, a little bit of a debrief of what's happening for me and the challenges that I have, you know, in my own everyday life. And, you know, the choices that I have of going out into the real world and working, like, you know, normally the type of healing and the processing and, you know, the path that I lead is more of, you know, the stand back and living in a more, it's not the right word, solitude life. It's not necessarily that, you know, you're a hermit, but, you know, it's, you know, having the solitude and making sure that you can hold your ground on a, you know, and even kill. And for myself, it's just like going, whoa, like, you know, this is massive. And, you know, I've done it for many, many years, but this particular change in my career path has just taken it to, from being, you know, in the Maya Center to the, you know, the top of the Empire State Building. It's like been a massive shift. So yeah, that's where I'm at the moment.
Well, you look like you're in a good space, so it's good.
It's, well, the thing is, it's challenging. And as you know, we need to have some challenges to be able to, you know, to shift up, and or to keep the vibration and keep the vibrations to rise as well. But, you know, it has been, you know, that on the mortal level, like the emotional turmoils and all those sorts of things, and holding it strong, and then, you know, but recalibrating myself as well and making sure that I keep myself in my own stance and try and have, you know, that capability of keeping up. And it was actually really interesting on Tuesday night. Was it Peter? I can't remember who it was, but someone actually was talking about how they're really good and they were only a cleaner. And and it was really interesting, like, you know, how we actually compartmentalize ourselves in our careers. But what I was actually explaining there was that when, because I've had many trainings and many types of, like, you know, what I've done to become who I am now, and part of that was also in the Buddhism space, and for my training and for me to actually shift up my vibration and my levels, part of it was actually I had to clean, to get rid of my ego and to not actually be, you know, say that I'm not worthy of something, because for some reason people think that, you know, just a cleaner, and it's not. Like, and I had to go to the most disgusting toilets you can ever imagine, like in the middle of the never, like in the middle of a, you know, a city park or something like that. And I had to find the dirtiest toilets and I had to sit there and I had to scrub them clean. And that included the walls and the floor. You know, so it was, you know, and it really was, it was exceptionally humbling, and bringing that back and that reminder on Tuesday night about, you know, ego and, you know, am I good enough, and, you know, or I'm too good, or whatever it may be. It was really quite humbling. It actually put me back into perspective. So training from many years ago came back into my space and said, okay, you know, don't forget these tools and these lessons, and how important it is that we need to make sure, are we, you know, where we're actually coming from. Are we coming from a heart space that is true and pure, or is it coming from an egoistic space? You know, so that was really quite interesting as well. So yeah. No comment.
No, I'm just thinking with the debriefing and all what you've been talking about. I think the spirit does put obstacles in our way. It's like me moving from Adelaide to here. I've been here for a few weeks now, and unpacking boxes is still going on and stuff like this, but I've had my healing room and I've just had boxes, and there was something stopped me from unpacking everything. But it was the own barriers, and I think there's a negativity that is around, and you can feed on it unless you fight back. You know, and it does. You question yourself, you question who you are, what you are, and where you want to go. And I've had to fight that negativity by debriefing, and unpacking all my courses on unpacking all my crystals and all this other stuff to get me back on the direction. And obviously connecting back up with you since leaving is what I needed to have. So you get me back on, get me back on course.
Oh, you're almost my bear. It's like, but the thing is though, sometimes, you know, that road is something that we actually need so that we can find out also, you know, are we on the right purpose and on the right track? As I said, you know, historically, like, you know, I was shifting up on the Buddhism space, and then realized like that was actually just part of my teachings and my learnings. And it was like, you know, a step for that movement. And that's the same sort of thing, like, you know, that massive shift for yourself to move. And it was a decision that you didn't take lightly, but you took it quickly. Yeah. And the thing is that spirit was actually saying to you, in order for you to be the best that you can be, you need to learn how to take direction without resistance.
Mm. Yeah.
And, you know, so there was no fighting it. There was no, you know, and it, like, you just went, okay, this is what's happening. This is what needs to be done. And like, and there was a massive shift, and you actually did quite a bit of clearing. Like, so not only did you have to pack up boxes, but you got rid of so much crap. And like, you know, as in physical stuff as well as the emotional. So you packed it all up and you actually purified so much. And then once you were ready to be able to do that, you were then just picked it up and then moved into the, you know, the next stage of your life. And, you know, even though that it's 8 hours away from me, still love you. Like, I can just see like things are going to escalate and blossom quite dramatically for you. And there's going to be a massive change, because there's in Melbourne, the changes and the mindset are now at their infancy. And you've come in right at the time that they need you.
Yeah, I mean, everything happens for a reason. We all know that, and it's having the belief in that. But I just read one of the comments that Adair put in there. Sometimes you've got to go back to square one, and I think that was part of helping me get through that stage, is finding my manuals from, you know, level ones and all my other courses that I've done, and then having a few people ring me up and asking for entity removals or clearings and stuff like that. And it says getting back to square one, that keeps me going and keeps me back focused on getting things set up here so I can do the work that needs to be done.
Yep, absolutely. You're reading the messages better than I am. I'm trying to even find that one. I need a dare back. Oh dear. Yeah, it is. It, like, just, you know, regrouping and recalibrating, you know, can make a massive difference. And like, even just for you, like, you know, the shift, and I can feel that the shift in your healing has changed slightly as well. What your intentions were originally have actually morphed into something a little bit bigger. So, you know, you're changing on a regular basis as well. And that in itself, like that shift and moving up, is enormous. And, you know, like, Yeah.
Well, you're right. I mean, it's energy. If you're not stepping up to the game, you're not raising your energy vibration.
No, I'm
Um,
just going to stop. I'm going to quickly refresh because a couple of people said we keep freezing. I won't be set. Can I do it? Come on. It's not even refreshing for me. We're just going to have to ride the storm. It's down at 1. Can you hear me at all, Dan?
yeah, I can hear you and see you fine. I know when I was on Facebook, it was freezing a lot. I mean, I could hear your voice, but the picture was freezing. But when I went over to Be Live, I haven't had a problem.
Okay. It's interesting. It's gone from one little red bar down up to 2. So we'll okay. Yeah, it's just nuts. All right. We'll get it sorted. Now when I was trying to find the square one, I've lost where I'm at now. All right. So Cherie's a new person that's actually just come on tonight. She's just asked if she would have like to have a reading. So we'll quickly. Are you still with us, Cherie? I know that it's a little bit tough at the moment. Okay, so a Facebook user just said that they can see and hear me. Michelle says nuts are nice. Okay, Roz is fine on an iPad. And Cherie's fine here. So Cherie's here. All right. Let me just scroll back up where I am. Okay. There's a lot going on around you at the moment, Cherie. Like there is a guide that's actually stepping up, and it looks like that you might be having a slight change of guard. Are you feeling a little bit heady at the moment and feeling like that you've actually got the flu, but you're not quite sure if it is the flu, and you're feeling a bit lousy, and then you get a bit hot and a bit blustery, and you can even have your emotions can be up and down and in turmoil. What's happening is that with the changing of a guard or of a guide, the energies shift, because one is you're used to one being with you all the time, and now that you've actually had all your lessons and your learnings from them, they still stay with you, but it's in a different capacity. So generally what will happen is that their energy levels will actually drop inside of you, and they actually will be part of you for ongoing. And then you would get a new guide that will actually come to you and work with you, so that you actually start shifting in a different direction, and they will support you on a different level. Okay, so your old guide will be there, but on a different manner, and then the new guide will be there. I'm getting that there's like a wolf or a dog-like guide, and a very supportive one, very wise, very old, have been around for a long time. They're quite grey and fluffy. And there's going to be a lot there that you're going to learn, and the things that they would like to show you are on a level of searching, and and that can be soul searching, as well as the direction that you're actually wanting to go to, because you've actually asked for this particular guide to come forward. So the changes that you're wanting in your life, as you know, if you ask, you can get. But the thing is as well is that they can't do anything for you unless you do ask for them. Okay, so they will be always by your side, but you do need to ask for them to step forward. Otherwise, they will be there until you actually have that. So it's really important. So congratulations. And that is like amazing. Okay. Okay, Lisa's here. Hey, how are you, Lisa? Just thought I'd quickly scroll through. Okay. I'm not going to be able to get to everybody tonight. I do apologise. Where are we? She wanted to come in, but it's not working for her. But she was trying to get through. So I know that she actually has put down a little bit further that she has asked. So I'll just take that as the asking as well. Michelle, it's really important to, I understand that life can be really tough, and we all have lots of humps, and sometimes they're mountains, and and the obstacles that actually get in our way. And one of the things is that if we shut ourselves down so we don't get hurt, it actually can hurt ourselves. So being able to, what we were talking about tonight about the debriefing and being able to discuss different situations and have, like, obviously you've got the healing side of things and the nurturing side. There are different ways that you can do that can protect yourself, protect your heart, but it doesn't mean that there's you don't necessarily have to shut yourself down totally. Okay. Shrouding yourself in like false armor, so to speak, yes, things are bouncing off, and you're feeling a lot safer, and you're feeling like that you're not getting hurt as much, but your growth level is being stunted as well. So it can be a catch-22. We can look at a number of different things just to help you to be able to go through, so that you can rise and love, and and not have people hurt you the way that you've been hurt previously. So there is a number of different types of grounding exercises, which is super important, as well as different ways that you can do a protection. But one of the most important things is that opening up your chakras and making sure that they're totally balanced. I'm happy to assist you. Dan is mighty fine at it the other way. And I would highly recommend Dan as well. But do you do Zoom, Dan?
No. Oh, well, it's one of the things I might have to look into.
Yeah.
Usually with distance healing, I'll pick a time and a place, or usually a time that suits them, get them relaxed, and I just go and do my connection on using the bed and tools that way.
Yeah.
And it's usually I record the voice, so if there's any messages that come through, then I'll send them the voice recording.
Yep. And so obviously he does one-on-ones as well. I do the same thing, as well as one-on-ones, and I do Zoom as well. And the reason that I offer the Zoom is like on that mortal level, it's nice to have that little bit of tactile, even though that you can't kiss and hug and do all that sort of stuff. It just makes people feel a little bit more comfortable. But it doesn't mean that not having a voice connection or an eye connection, it does not lessen the healing that is offered to you. Okay, because one of the things is that it, you know, we channel and it actually comes through, and we do the healings with the greatest respect and dignity and carefulness that Spirit actually permits us to do. So we always have to make sure that you are in a safe space, as well as we are in a safe space, and we actually hold that space and we keep it clear and pure. And then that gives us the opportunity to be able to do the right connections and to assist. Okay. Hey, Latika. Okay, I've got someone really light and bubbly running around you at the moment. They're having lots of fun. It's almost like a little bit of a game. It's sort of like they're just flitting here, there, and everywhere, and actually just really wanting and loving your space at the moment. You're doing exceptionally well. Like, you know, the differences from when I first met you to where you are at this moment, like, you know, your energy level is raising quite beautifully, and it's quite strong. The little sprite is quite cold, so I think they must be living in a form of a little forest or something like that, and they've just popped in to say hello, and they're racing around. My ankles have now just absolutely gone frozen. So they've popped in, and they're just having lots of fun and enjoying your energy and enjoying your space. So well done on that. It's nice just to have a little bit of fun and just some laughter and frivolity, and they're enjoying that with you. So that's really quite beautiful. Okay. All right. So I hope you don't mind that I just popped this up. So thank you very much for sharing, and you know that I've always been with you, and I have been thinking of you and Mum, and like the ascension that she actually had on Wednesday. She's just such a pure, honest, and honourable woman. One of the things that's really important, Sue, is like she is shifting. She does want to actually communicate with you, but I don't think that the 2 to 3 minutes that I have available is enough. You did have a lot of conversations while she was in the palliative care, and you were, you know, you did a lot of healing together, and you did a lot of shifting, and it was just really quite beautiful. She just said, and it, I don't know if it's ego or not, but she actually just said one of the most special times when, you know, you found out that, you know, things were starting to get a little bit hard is when we as a community actually got together, and you and Mum were in the kitchen or at the dining table, and we did that healing with like to Mum, and she understood that even though that she was aware that she was still needing to ascend, the energy that she gained from that, the love, the purification, the opportunity to be able to get herself into a right space in readiness to shift up. And she said, thank you so much for introducing her to a community that she wasn't aware of. As I said, Sue, there is a lot that Mum does want to share, and it will be coming quite quickly. One of the things is as well is that she's saying that she will be by your side at night. There is something near your bedside table, and every time that you actually put your hand out towards that, you will actually remember Mum, but you'll find that there will be like a coldness on your hand, and that's just Mum just letting you know that she knows that you're thinking of her, all right? But yeah, she's at peace, she's loving, you know, and is so honoured to have you as a daughter. I gather that's what Mum does sometimes, is it? Yeah, you're amazing, amazing woman, amazing family. So thank you so much. Oh, this one's for you, Danny boy. And Ros has just said that solitary working can be a boon. And Sarah's just popped in to say, hey, how you doing? And Michelle's just said, don't mind me, I'm only human. And I think we've answered this one from Adair. Like, she asked where you were. We did say that you were in Melbourne now.
Yeah.
And he's near an amazing park where he can go for lots of walks. And I think there's a few little surprises for Dan there when he actually gets out of his lockdown. I think you've actually found a few already, but there's lots more to come for you on that one. Okay. So, and I get that's a dare that the last couple of weeks have been horrible and had to go back to square one with some things on the boat. It's so frustrating. Frustration is one of the hardest things for us to actually get over. And, you know, in any type of situation, more or less, when like on the spiritual side of things, and you know, those hiccups and those road humps, etc., and you know, working out, and that was like we were talking about before, Dan, about, you know, is this worth it? Like, you know, what is going on? Why are we getting these obstacles? And, you know, and as we know, like with Adair, like she's one of the most positive, amazing women that you can ever meet. And then, you know, like getting these obstacles. So, you know, they say, you know, it didn't bring her down, like, and these are the things, like, you know, the energies that she's actually learning, and, you know, the thought processes, and, you know, how we actually talk and the way that we speak and what we're actually doing makes a massive difference, and that energy shift. And one of the things with Adair is that her strength is in her mindset and the way that she speaks. And it's a gift that, you know, we all should admire in her, because that makes a massive difference to the way that things are actually happening. It can be frustrating. Yep, it can be annoying and things like that. But she just looks at it and she says, you know what, Mary, like, what is it that I've learned? What was the challenges that I needed to get out of that? And it's just, you know, and it is that. And it's just like, and I do the same thing, and I know that you do it as well. But one of the things that's really important is that when we're doing something right, you go, wow, that was amazing. What I did right, you know, how can I keep continuing to do that? How can I make a difference in somebody else's life? All of these things contribute to being who we are on a mortal and a spiritual level.
So very true.
Okay. Now, where are we going here, Danny boy?
Where you guided to go.
Okay. Michaela's saying hello. Now, did I do a reading for Keza?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, just Cherie has said that I've been asking them to help me over the last few months, and I'm so glad that this confirms they're listening. I have seen a male figure in my house. Do you know who this is? Bit of hide and go seek on that one there, Cherie. Can we visit that one maybe next week if you pop in? Only because I have spent a bit of time with you and we are running out of time. It is normally a half an hour session and we're at 56 minutes. Always seems to happen when I've got Bear with me. Keza has actually asked for a reading as well. And I'll just quickly show, Michelle's actually said, thank you so much, been working on myself. So that's beautiful. Congratulations and well done. Okay. And Michaela said, hello, I can't remember if I did that. All right, Keza. Lucky last. It's really interesting that you've put like, is it a beanie as your profile picture? Because I'm actually getting a sensation that you're feeling that, you know, the want and the need to actually be nurtured and to feel, you know, the warmth and the love, and that you're actually really wanting support and, you know, being shown that you are on the right track, that you're doing okay. Like, you know, it's really hard sometimes when there is no recognition for the work that we do. Even someone, you know, doing a cup of tea, making, you know, you making them a cup of tea and they go, oh, thank you so much, I really needed that. And you so always preempt and you always make sure that, you know, that person's needs are always there. And what happens is that people forget that just because you are a nurturer doesn't mean that you don't need nurturing back. And it hurts. It really, really hurts. And sometimes you feel like that you've forgotten. And it's like, you know, you hear about people that are going out for dinner and having a mighty fine time. And it's like, well, where's my invitation? And you know what? It is okay to feel hurt. And it is okay that you feel left out. And it, you know, and it can be, you know, frustrating and things like that. So what Spirit's actually saying is that, you know, don't give up. One of the things that's really important is that because you've actually shut down a little bit, that the love tentacles, or that, you know, that little thing that actually comes where you actually get people coming into your life has started to dwindle. So one of the things that we've actually done, and I'll try and, like, if you, Keza, I don't know if Adair's actually sent you the grounding exercise for you, but that's really important as well, making sure that you're doing the grounding, doing the core energy work, and also doing the heart space as well, and actually sending out the pure love intention out into the universe, and you'll start attracting the right people for you. All right. The ones, you know, there are a couple there that, you know, you're sort of grappling and hanging on to, but it's not necessarily going to be the right ones for you. All right. So have a look at that. Now, if you are part of our group, where's Adair when I need her? She would pop up the name of the group. Come on, Adair. I stand for who I am. I've actually just put a heart meditation in the guides. So now that you've got the manifestation talk, I've now got the guides up there for you. As in the guides, if you actually, it's called Advanced Heart Meditation, and I would love for you to join us if you're not part of our group, and take on that and do that meditation, because it is really, really powerful, and it is very cleansing as well. And it's something that I would recommend that you do a minimum of once a week. With the reading that I did, I'm not sure if you were on when I actually did that right at the beginning. I think that's really important. We actually did do it for 2 weeks. We had a challenge and there were 6 of us that did that challenge, and it was exceptionally strong and exceptionally powerful, and things dramatically changed for myself as well as other people. Mayor, I hope you don't mind that I actually use your name. But Mayor popped up, and she had her hair done the other day and took a photo of herself. And as you know, I can like do picture readings and things like that. And her energy and her vibration was like, I had tears in my eyes. It was just so beautiful, just the transformation. And she actually said that it she's still doing it every single day, and sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. And she's just such an inspiration and just such an honor. Right. Okay. So Keza said, thank you. You do know me so well. You were spot on. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Adair. I stand for who I am, your journey of spiritual evolvement. So that's a new group that was set up. It is in its infancy. I'm still trying to get in there and do, some little hoo-has and things like that. And it's trying and I think everyone now understands with what's been going on in my world, how and with the energies that have been going on, that it is been big. Like, I'm sort of working 24/7 at the moment. I've got a new portal that's actually popped in at home. I had one in my bedroom for quite a few years, with lots of teachings, learnings, trainings that Spirit actually wanted me to have. I now have a new one that's slam bam right in the middle of my house, which is really quite beautiful as well. I did take some photos and ask permission if I could actually show what my room looked like, but I'm really not quite sure how I can get them up. So what I might do is actually load them into maybe our I stand for who I am, and people can actually have a look at that, and we can have a conversation around that and have a discussion as well, because it's just, being permitted to be able to photograph some of the energies that are around is enormous. But I did show them to Adair, and she actually said, I think her words were, whoa. But I think tonight's probably not the night for doing it, because we have been 64 minutes. But yeah, it's been a great night. Thank you so much for joining me, Dan. It's so nice not to actually stare at myself or look at the thing. But mind you, I actually got distracted and forgot to start looking at some of the what people were putting in the chat. So hopefully they understand and forgive me. But please, guys, if you would like to, try and download the B.Live TV app on either Android or iPhone. Okay. And you can then, once you've got that downloaded, we can get that guest link set in. It looks like a lot of people are happy with 7:30, 8 o'clock Melbourne time, or Sydney time seems to be the best for everyone. Is everyone still comfortable with that time frame? Just let me know. Oh, Keza. Aha. So, yeah, makes a difference, doesn't it? Okay. Okay, and Adair's just saying that they were amazing, and she's actually going to show me how to get them on screen. We'll get there. So next Sunday night, be there, be square. Okay, so Ros is saying yes for this time. Mayor's saying yes for this time. Sue's saying yes for this time. So I really don't know why, but for some reason, I don't know whether you've got certain blocks or levels in your security settings. So we still can't seem to be able to connect on Facebook. If you're friends with Adair, I give you, or Ros, I give you permission to give Sue my mobile number. Okay. And then we can do a connection, because, you know, I'd really like to have a chat with you, and, you know, and just, yeah, like, you know, have a tea. I know that you're in Whyalla, but, you know, we can have a tea and chat and, you know, go through everything, because you've gone on a massive emotional turmoil, and I'm here for you. And, oh, Kim, I didn't see you. How you doing? Thanks for popping in. Awesome. So it looks like that this is a really good time. So this will be it for next week as well. So be here, be square, or be, I don't know what the word is. Getting tired. What do you think of my bookshelf, Dan?
I reckon you've done well with the room. It's come up really well. It's good. It's good energy.
There's there's still quite a bit of work to be done, but like I did obviously quite a big purification before I came on, making sure that it was safe for everybody. But yeah, this half of the room I'm super satisfied with, and yeah, get it back to being as that beautiful space that you helped me get together.
No, the energy's good, because you've got a beautiful aura around you at the moment, and I think you've got a lot of supporters behind you. Spirit's pretty strong. Yep.
Yeah. I know that Archangel Gabriel came in fighting fit tonight. So, you know, which was really amazing. Like when I did the clearing and did my prayer and, you know, asked for the protection and come in, and he just came in roaring, and it was like, whoa, I haven't seen that one before. So our space was very, very well protected tonight.
Yeah.
So, well, that's it from me and Bear. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in tonight. You all keep well and keep safe, and I'll see you 7:30 Adelaide time, 8 o'clock Melbourne time next Sunday. Take care. Bye for now. Keep smiling, Dan.
I'm always smiling.